Hey YouTube, this is Aaron and welcome back to another vlog. We are out here in Chicago, out on the lakefront, doing a little bit of a different video. We are going to explore urban landscapes. Obviously being in Chicago, hopefully there's not too much noise. There's a helicopter going above, so sorry about that. We are on the lakefront of Chicago, which means I both have this nature and outdoorsy feel. There's kind of this nature path here right on the lakefront. But we also we walk over here. Not sure if you guys are gonna be able to see it too much, but we do have a little bit of the skyline that we can play with as well. I have just gotten out here. We're hoping for a decent sunset, but we will see what happens. The first scene that I have set up is with a couple of these trees and hoping that the clouds behind it are able to pop a little bit. You have this path leading up to the trees and playing a little bit of that subject in the photo. So we will see. I've done both just the scene itself as well as some portraits of me in it. So I will see what I like the best and go with that. But for settings, because it is a little muted out here with the clouds, I have, let's see what I got going here. We have our ISO at 160, f11, a shutter speed of 40. And again, I don't think I mentioned this yet. You may be interested in the lens and setup that I'm using. This is the Fuji X-T3 with the 35 f2. So I've adjusted my location a little bit, and we're gonna try and go for a couple of these trees kind of lined up with Sears Tower right at sunset and hope that color pops. The other option that I had was this little dead tree that doesn't have any leaves or anything on it. I really liked it. It sticks out a little bit to the eye. However, I really struggled to figure out how to isolate it. On the other side, there is a full-on bike path and pedestrian path. So I'm getting a lot of people kind of going back and forth there that I don't want in the shot. So I'm trying to get low enough to kind of eliminate that. There's some light poles over there that I've hidden behind trees in the frame. And we're gonna see how this works and hope that we get a little bit of color, because I can see some color in the distance, but there may be too many clouds on the horizon and it's gonna potentially snuff out the sunset. But we still have another 20 minutes before sunset, 25 minutes, so we'll see how it plays out. All right, so here's our update. No sunset whatsoever, no color. There's color way out in the distance, out over the lake, and then back right where the sun is actually setting, there's a little bit peeking through, but that frame is just a parking lot, so that's not going to work so well for us. So I've changed it up a little bit. Still the same frame, effectively, still trying to shoot Sears Tower through a couple of trees, using the brush and the bushes up in front as a little bit of foreground. But what I'm doing is, even though I don't have a lot of light, I'm using that to my advantage and slowing down my shutter speed and getting a little bit of the wind that you're probably hearing to blow the bushes and the branches of some of the plants in front and get a little creative, see what we can do, and we'll see how that does in post and see if we can bring that alive a little bit. So what I'm currently at, I'm all the way at f22. I don't have any filters with me. I would love to have some ND filters, but given that I just switched to Fuji, investment in additional things is going to be limited. So I'm at f22, ISO 100, and I'm at a 5-second exposure. And I have also switched over to the 18 to 55 lens. I wanted a little bit more zoom than I had on the 35. And so I am shooting all the way at 55, which again, this is crop sensor, so that's a little bit more zoomed in than if I were on a full frame. But on a 2-second timer, and I have to almost wait for the wind, which is a little funny, but we're gonna go for it and see what happens.